Kuna watu naona wanazunguka hapa wako na madharau kidogo kidogo, hawatujui, hawatuelewi, wanatupimba kidogo, wanaona kama sisi ni watu wadogo. My friend, leo ni rais amesimama hapa, nataka nikuje nisimame hapa peke yangu, ninyoroshane na hao wanaume, niwapeleke mbio mbio.
The clip that we have begun with is the clip of none other than the current Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. Well, today he was speaking while in Meru, where he, together with President William Ruto, visited Meru County on the said development, economic development agenda or program that Kithure Kindiki has currently been running. Now, to our topic. Rigathi Gachagua has forced President William Ruto to reconvene. This is after the president has received intel from the National Intelligence Service, the NIS, on how the trajectory of the politics and the dynamics of the politics of the Republic of Kenya are currently going. It is believed that as we speak now, President William Ruto has convened a meeting, an urgent meeting at the Statehouse. Now, this meeting has been called to incorporate Rigathi Gachagua's ideologies and how they are going to deal with Rigathi Gachagua's political tours all over the country recently. Remember, last week, the whole topic and the whole discussion that was in the country was in regards to how Rigathi Gachagua had become a threat to William Ruto through his coastal region tour and the Ukambani region tour, where he began the high cousins narrative that, it brought the whole nation to a standstill. Now, Farouk Kibet has told the president that it's high time we bring all the apparatus that we have from the Mount Kenya region to deal with Rigathi Gachagua. Not only Rigathi Gachagua, they know currently Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka are together. Now imagine the other day, one Fred Okengo Matiang'i, the former cabinet secretary of Interior, returned into the country. Matiang'i's return and the rising influence of Rigathi Gachagua, if the both of them, the whole team comes together with the inclusion of Fred Matiang'i, it will be disastrous for the government. Because now they will be able to visit regions that Rigathi Gachagua would not visit alone. Rigathi Gachagua could not go to Kisii alone. He could not go to Nyamira alone. He could not visit the western part of the country alone. But with Fred Matiang'i there as a factor, and with Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, and George Natembeya, then this will be a big blow to the government, because the government, even through this empowerment program that Kithure Kindiki has been running all over the country, cannot be able to deal with such combination if they don't have a strategic play. Are we together? Regarding Gachagua's slag of high cousins, only that dealt Ruto a very big blow. They had to deploy everybody in their cabinet and even in their inner circle to try and combat that uprising. And we all can see that they failed in that, because currently now the man has shifted his attention from Ukambani. He is now in Meru County. Meru County is not the bedrock of Rigathi Gachagua. We expect that Kithure Kindiki has Meru on its fingertips. We expect that him being the deputy president and coming from Tharaka Nithi, which we all know Tharaka Nithi and Meru County, they are brothers, then that would be a disastrous thing if Kithure Kindiki loses that. And that's why even the president today had to put everything aside to follow Kithure Kindiki in Meru to try and curb the rising influence of Rigathi Gachagua in the region. But now let's get back to the Statehouse. At the Statehouse, the president has called Farouk Kibet, Kimani Ichung'wah, Oscar Sudi, Anne Waiguru, Cecil Barire, the governor of Meru, the governor of Tharaka Nithi, everybody that has an influence in the politics of the Mount Kenya East Bloc, to try and tell them, you know what, it's high time now you do your work. Because the president, we know that William Ruto is losing in a very big way. And he cannot continue with this trajectory where he becomes the shame of the nation, yet he is the president of the nation. Are we together? Imagine Rigathi Gachagua receiving the humongous reception that he received today in Meru County. And now he goes to join Cleophas Malala in Bungoma, Kakamega, Busia, Vihiga, and Trans Nzoia, where they will be with Cleophas Malala, Eugene Wamalwa, and none other than George Natembeya, the Tawe movement. That means they have the president. They have the president shaken to the core. So for the president to deal with this matter, he has to deploy his apparatus. And that's why earlier I told you that currently the president has put everything aside. His schedule has to now fit that of Rigathi Gachagua. You saw when Rigathi Gachagua was in Ukambani, the president had to send his people to Ukambani to try and make Rigathi Gachagua's tour there a joke, but they failed. Now Gachagua is in Meru. The president saw that if I leave Meru to Rigathi Gachagua, that will be the end of me. Because I tell you, the votes of the Mount Kenya region that will determine the president come the year 2027 is none other than Meru County. And if president loses Meru County, then he loses everything. Remember, Meru County, the percentage of people that live there, 95% of the people are Merians. Only a few numbers come from other communities. But the second highest community that lives in Meru and resides in Meru is the Somali community, the Borana community. And you know, Ruto, it has been rumored that the northeastern region part of Kenya is preparing to make Ruto president come the year 2027. So if he has Meru, if he loses Meru, he loses the presidency. And he can't take that. And you all have seen that. He has even trying to fit into the narrative, telling the people of Meru that I am coming to buy a house here. I will have a home in Meru County. I will be I will be your president, and I will also be your neighbor. And I am coming to invest in Meru. So what the meeting at the Statehouse currently is going to do is to try and divert the attention. Kithure Kindiki, through the empowerment programs that he has been running, these empowerment programs have been centered in Kiambu, Kirinyaga, Embu, Laikipia, Murang'a, Nyeri, Nyandarua, Nakuru. But remember, these are Kikuyu populated counties. And the Kikuyus, whatever Gachagua says is the final word. So they're trying now. The man that is being cooked at the Statehouse tonight is Kithure Kindiki. He is supposed to to rise to the task of becoming the man that can deal with who? With Rigathi Gachagua come the year 2027. But the question is, how will they do this? If there is a man that has a job to deal with, to deal with Rigathi Gachagua, is Kithure Kindiki. But is he up to the task? Because, Rigathi Gachagua's sentiments, the man has become a political genius overnight. He knows how to deal with these people. He knows how to deconstruct them. He knows how to interfere with their thinking. Farouk Kibet, leave the fact that it was rumored that he slapped Kithure Kindiki. Currently, hata mangumi atakula, because what is he doing? The money has been deployed. The guy has been given the money in billions to try and make sure that he deals with Rigathi Gachagua. Akina Kimani Ichung'wah, all of them have disappeared from the public limelight. So the meeting is to consolidate forces that will destroy Rigathi Gachagua in the Mount Kenya region. Because if Rigathi Gachagua, with the trajectory that he's taking, joins Fred Matiang'i, they get the endorsement from Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Man, it is not a walk in the park for the president. Those that think President William Ruto winning the second term will happen overnight. I remind you, it isn't going to be like that. It will be disastrous if they don't, rise to the challenge that Rigathi Gachagua is posing to them. So NIS wameambia rais, ground aswa Mlima Kenya huko mahali ambapo tunatarajia kwamba Kindiki is doing this and this to make sure that we have the people in the year 2027. It doesn't look like that. The times are shifting. So it's high time we convene and come up with a solution to dealing with this matter. Wadau, hizi ndizo siasa za Kenya na hivi ndivyo mambo yanavyoendelea.